case, let's take a look at how you can set up virtual machine with Suse Linux image on Microsoft Azure. So what we can do is we log into Azure portal and then find virtual machine, right, in services, or you can search through search bar. Alternatively, pick the menu, click virtual machine. Now here, as you can see, I don't have any image, so I will have to create virtual machine from menu Azure virtual machine. There is also preset configuration option, then Azure Arc, and then VMware solution. Choose the Azure virtual machine option, and from there you may notice that there is this subscription option. Currently I'm on trial. If you are on pay to go, there will be different group for you. Then this is resource group, so I will pick one that I created. Then virtual machine name, let's name this Azure Suse, right? So I will name this Azure Suse. Then I will pick the region, so let's pick where I want to put my resources, right? Then availability, I will pick availability zone and then zone 1. Security, I will pick the standard one, right? If you want to go through, you can try trusted launch and confidential virtual machine. Now, considering this is just a test machine, I will be not going much deeper, right, with security options. Now let's pick the image. Here you can see Suse Enterprise Linux free service eligible. So this is version 15 SP3, currently 16 I think running with Suse, but Enterprise 1 usually runs with LTS patches, so we have 15 SP3 available for free. So I will choose that. Once I pick it, my region will change and it will try to adapt according to that. All the settings will change in region, zones, etc., right? And notice we have Asia Pacific region now. Here I can choose the spot discount, but I choose not to, right? Now the thing is, you will notice you have size to choose from to set this virtual machine, right? And from here you can create authentication type, which is SSH file, right? Then you have username, then key pair in SSH that you have to set things up, right? Then the important thing would be this Azure user. This is the username that you will be using. So if we click on review and create, it will validate and create some resources for us. Then it will move to SSH pair option. So here you see, so 1 INR per hour option, validation pass, and all the available settings we have are listed here. Remember this Azure user as username when connecting with SSH. Now with SSH you have options like your WSL, right? So you can use your local WSL to connect to as well. You can use PuTTY, or if you are on Linux or Mac, it has its own tools to connect as well. So go through all the options, click create. Considering this is just a test machine, I will not be keeping these details forever with me. I will be deleting it at the end. So I'm just showing you the flow. Here you can see I created a new key pair. So I'll be downloading the private key. Here you can see Azure Suse underscore key dot pem, right? So I need to get this key, right, and I will have to store it somewhere safe. So here's the cloud key. I'll be pasting it here, right? Now next thing would be to going back here, check the deployment. Once everything turns green and deployment is available, we are good to go. That's when we are going to take a look at public IP address, and then we will use for SSH connection, right? Meanwhile, you can take a look at your key, and here you have say party and partition. Both of these are required. So before we go there, let's wait for deployment to happen. Okay, meanwhile, at the best we can do is use partition, then go for conversions, import key, use the key that we just downloaded, open it and save the private key. So here I will name this Azure Suse and .ppk, right? Save public key Azure Suse .pub. So we have like these two files that we downloaded, and our deployment is successful. It will show you in the notifications as well. Click on go to resource. Now we are getting the options, right? So here you see virtual machine status is not ready, troubleshoot the issue. Let's take a look at why. Okay, so let it diagnose, and we can take a look at all the options that we have. Currently it is telling you that agent status is not ready. However, our instance is running and we have public address, right? So we go to party, click on party, then here I will be deleting older Azure settings, and here I will type in Azure Suse, then copy the public IP, paste it, then in SSH you can see credentials where I'm going to give it the private ppk file, right? Then we have like data where you can put the Azure user as the username, or you can keep it as is. Then save this session, click on open and accept the alert. So we have like Azure user, hit enter, and it connected to Suse instance, right? So what to do from here? Now to verify that I'm actually inside Suse OS, I will be running few details. So there is command lshw that we can sudo. So lshw, so it's not found, so it seems like not supported there. So if we use lscpu or ls typical usb, and so should show you some details. So currently it is only telling me the same details that I can access from here, right, on those options. However, I was expecting ls to show me hardware details, so that seems to be missing, right? So for now what we can do is use other options. So we have our hard disk related data open for us, right? So if you are into Suse Linux, you can run the respective command for installing the application or working with files right? So make sure to also install the packages that you need if you are planning on developing this, right? So this would give you an idea, this entire flow. You would get idea to setting Suse Linux as a VM on Microsoft Azure. Now the thing is, I set this up going from workflow, like let's say home portal. Here you have virtual machines, then you have virtual machine creation option, where we go to set things up, add the subscription, resource group, virtual machine name, region, available options, security type, image. So here I picked Suse, right? Then admin account, where we have SSH public key, then username Azure user, and generating key pair name. Then we use review create. Once we set those things up, we are good to run our virtual machine. And to access that, what we did is we require two things: our SSH key along with IP address. And to convert your .pm file into your ppk file, we use party key generator, then imported the key, saved private key and public key, and put it into folder like this, and then use this particular file to access your Suse Linux instance, right? And you get access like this. You don't need to have to type those passwords or worry about it. As long as session is active, this particular key would be your authentication option, right? And to exit out of it, you can simply type in exit. It will close the party. Now let's come here. Let's stop our virtual machine, because every hour it runs, it will incur charges. Once we stop the machine, let's say I don't need this machine anymore. So what we will do is we will delete this, right? As you can see, we have virtual machine stopped. Now let's click on delete. Now it will show me all the options and the requirements that I will have to check. Apply force delete. OS disk I want to delete, network interface I want to delete, and so does the public IP address, so that it will be freeing up the space. Everything should be deleted, and once we are out, we can see the deletion, right? For example, we will go to virtual machines section. Once this particular VM is deleted, it will be out of this particular table. So that was pretty much the flow of setting things up with Azure virtual machine and installing your Suse Linux with it. Right, as you can see, virtual machine is deleted. So I hope you get the idea.